This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Laughs Funny is going to be touring Australia from Feb next year. We are so excited to have this man back in the country. And when he comes to Australia, he's here for a while. 3 months of touring. Now, you can get your tickets on sale now at bonepresents.com.au. Jimmy Carr, welcome, buddy!
Well, I can't believe your luck. I've lowered myself to this once again.
Jimmy Carr, the last time I saw you, you called me a MILF.
Speaking of MILFs, though, what's the matter with her voice? It sounds like the project are doing a séance, and that's a voice from the other side.
It does. It sounds like I'm possessed. I can't believe I'm talking to you like this.
And I never got to thank you. It is the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. And I just want to acknowledge that and thank you from the bottom of my middle-aged heart.
You know what? You prompted me to have a change in my life. I got my eyes lasered directly after that. And no, I'm not that I would take anything away from your. I mean, I still would, but I would now call you a GILF.
Right, which is
what's a GILF?
Grandmother.
Oh, right. We're sliding, Swanee. We are sliding here.
Oh, you've ruined it all.
Did you
ruined it all is what the GILF normally says afterwards.
Did you enjoy the project at the time? We just found out after 16 years that the project is leaving us, Jimmy Carr. It's leaving
done.
our screens.
Well, whatever will we do while we're making our tea? Is it going? What else are they going to do? What else are they going to put on instead?
Well, they can't run a Jimmy Carr special at a family-friendly time. We know that much. I've seen your live show, Jimmy.
Well, I mean, listen, Neighbours is gone. The project is gone. It's your cultural contribution to the world is diminishing. What's going on?
Well, the bill took over. I think they're just going to do reruns of that over here.
That seems kind of crazy. That was kind of an institution. It's a very nice thing to do, to go and do that show and let people know. I mean, it's, you guys have got, I don't know, you'll miss it when it's gone, I'd say. What are you going to do now? I mean, that was your bread and butter, wasn't it? What are you now? You're not going to walk the streets again, are you, Chrissie?
Yes. On the strength of being called a GILF, I've got a street walking niche, Jimmy Carr. Thanks to you, and I appreciate it.
It's quite specialist, but some of the customers like it. Yeah.
Absolutely. All sorts.
I'm looking for a more mature lady. Yes.
Oh, I love that. Hey, Jimmy, you know what I'm fascinated by? Because you're such an intelligent guy, and I love the show, and I've seen the live show, as I said, but people are interested in what you have to share on a serious level too. So, there was part of this on Joe Rogan, which I want to talk about, but I've seen some of the moments where you have to turn, when you ask for questions or comments from the audience, someone might ask a serious question, and you've got to make the decision whether to run with a comedy angle or go, do you want me to answer that seriously? Do you actually want me to answer that seriously? That must be a bit tricky, jumping from one to the other.
Not really. I mean, I think like in a show, I'll maybe do 2 or 3 serious moments, and that's enough. I never try and overdo it because I've kind of got a side hustle going on podcast now and being, a public intellectual. But that's just a product of age. Once you've had like 25 years in show business, you go, well, I could, I know something. I know a few things.
Yep.
And it feels like there's a slight gap in the market for that at the moment of going, I wrote this book a couple of years ago called Before and After, which was like Eckhart Tolle for dummies.
Great.
It was like sort of like a self-help book, but for people that don't read self-help books. But, I think everything's better with a bit of comedy. I think like life and wisdom is much better if it's not too earnest. I think you can take life, you can be very sincere and not terribly serious. And that's a great mix for me.
Yeah, that is a beautiful... You know what we were talking about just on Joe Rogan, old mate Russell Crowe, when he spoke about going on the Joe Rogan and the experience he had, I think he told us that he had to sign off on the podcast recording going for not only as long as Joe wanted it to be, but a minimum of 3 hours. Was that the experience?
Yeah, I've done Joe a couple of times. I think, there's an unwritten rule if you do Joe Rogan, that if it's less than 3 hours, I guess you didn't do well. It's meant to be that length of a conversation.
Oh, my God.
It's actually, there's nowhere to hide in a 3-hour podcast. That's your real. It's kind of, you become more authentic. I think that's why some politicians don't want to do that show, because they're scared if they go on it and they're just, freewheeling and not doing kind of talking points. It gives them away.
That's so
the mask
true.
will slip. So I think there's something really nice about it.
Is he a great interviewer, Jimmy? Have you done Louis Theroux as well? Like, who are the ones that stand out for you that you really enjoyed going on podcasts and talking to people?
Well, Joe Rogan, I think, is as a cultural phenomenon, and because it's an interesting thing. Like, if you talk to most people, they will go, "Oh, people don't have the attention span these days." Yeah. I would disagree. I think people do have the attention span, but only for good stuff. And if it's 3 hours long, they'll listen to it, but they'll watch a TikTok video for 30 seconds or 20 seconds because that's how good it is. I had an amazing conversation with a kid recently, like a friend of mine's kid, like 14, and I said, "Oh, what's your favourite song?" And he went, "Whole song."
The whole song.
They're just listening to bits.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
He couldn't name a whole song. He went, "Oh, I like the beginning bit of Bohemian Rhapsody. I've never heard the whole thing."
Things have changed, Jimmy. I know. Things have changed.
And that's one thing. But the other thing is people want to listen to 3.5 hours of Joe Rogan talking to Eric Weinstein because it's fascinating and it's authentic. It's a weird thing that I quite like, the idea that these comics, who are being incredibly authentic and just being themselves, that's what people want, authenticity. Because when Meghan Markle and Harry launch a podcast, or Obama and Michelle, it dies a death. Yep. Because people go, "Oh, this is some nonsense. This ain't anything. It's overproduced." You want it to be kind of throwaway.
Yeah, I agree.
Fascinating. It's a really good point.
You are the busiest man on earth at the moment. Well, Jimmy, you're coming to Australia starting at the end of Feb. You're going to the Sydney ICC Friday 13th of March and then the Sydney Coliseum on Theatre on Tuesday 5th of May, so you can get your tickets now. But where are you at the moment, Jimmy? Where in the world are you now performing?
I'm in Troll country. I'm in the very north of Norway, a place called Trondheim. And it should be late at night, but it isn't, because it's midnight and it's light outside.
My God! What does that feel like?
Daytime. The sun does not set. It's sort of weird because I sort of did 2 shows that came out of the theatre and it was sort of daylight. And you went, okay, I guess I'll do the breakfast radio in Australia for a couple of hours. I don't know.
I guess that makes sense if that's what we're doing.
It's lovely to do a properly global tour, and I think 47 countries on this tour.
Wow.
So by the time I get to you, I'll have the hang of it, I would imagine.
Well, I hope so, Jimmy. We can't wait to have you here in Australia again. Come and hang out in the studio, all right?
Yeah, I'll pop in. And Kate is coming back, right? She's not been replaced by this flubber night.
I mean, no. The MILF is helping out. Kate is coming back.
Because you've got young listeners, and I don't think they can relate to someone in her age bracket. So.
Well, you're absolutely right. Plus, if I keep working this much, it's really going to interfere with my pension, Jimmy. So,
I think you should be thinking about doing little talks, maybe cookery spots on cruise ships, that kind of thing.
I agree.
Enjoy
Jane
the garden
Fonda
a bit more.
Jane Fonda last night is 250 years old. And she's doing a spoken. You are
we love you, Jimmy Carr. You can go and get your tickets at bowenpresents.com. Mate, can't wait to have you here at the start of the year.
Go to jimmycarr.com, goddamn you. And if you've got an elderly neighbour, pop in and see them. And, just make them feel part of the community. It's reminded us.
There's a knock at the door.
I'm not your nephew. She's gone again.
See you, Jimmy. Love you, buddy.
Again. All right, take care.
See you, mate.
Hi, Jimmy.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.